Hello everyone, and this is Tier 5 bringing you some 7 Days to Die, the survival horde crafting game. For those of you who don't know, this game is kind of like it's a sandbox game where survival is legitimately challenging. The zombies are quite scary at times, and so this is just going to be kind of a basic survival guide to help people get into the game. When you first start, staying alive even the first night is very challenging, so I'm just going to try to help people out and give you a sense of the game, so hopefully it can be some fun. Alright, so the first thing I suggest you do though, before you even get into the game, is go into the options, go to the controls, and then come down here. Where is it? Oh, too far. There we go. Alright, so inventory is default tab, and drop is default Q. I really suggest you switch those like I have them here. Put drop on tab and inventory on Q. The problem that I ran into is that if you have inventory on tab, then it's farther away from your fingers when you're pushing the buttons, and so I know when I first started, I constantly hit Q instead of tab on accident, and so I was just throwing my items everywhere. So I really suggest that you do it this way. And then everything else seems pretty straightforward. Same WASD, pretty straightforward controls. So anyway, I'm going to start a new game, and I'm going to call this YouTube. Make sure that you're on Survival SP, which is single player. Otherwise, other players can and will occasionally drop in on your game. The other thing that's nice about single player is you can actually pause it, which you can't do if it's multiplayer. And I suggest using Navezgane. The random gen map is cool because you don't know what's going on. You don't know where anything is, and you don't get used to the map. But at the same time, the random gen is a little glitchy, and it's not as interesting as the crafted map that they've made for you. So I suggest you do that. Other than that, I'm playing with complete default options, so you'll see what's going on. One thing that I tend to do if I change options is change the 24-hour cycle to 60 minutes instead of 50. You can do it however you want. I'm going to do on default for this. But if you do 60 minutes, it makes it easier to track how much time you're spending on the game. But it also, at the same time, makes it considerably easier because you, in essence, get another 60 minutes before the 7th day. And for those of you who don't know what that is, we'll get to that. But first, we just need to survive. So, oh, and also, before you start your first game, of course, it'll go through a character creation. But I've already done that, and you guys can figure it out. So it's kind of like one of those, well, I guess almost any game does it anymore, where you can control what your character looks like, though they all kind of look drugged out and crazy in this game. Alright, here we are. Dear friend, the wasteland sucks. Good luck, Noah. Basic survival is your active quest. Alright, so here you get your first survival things in the upper right. You see that mission popped up. Alright, so here's our first, what do you call this? What does it call them? Scavenging point, I guess. I'll get into all these things that I'm going over. But right now, the first thing is I'm just trying to collect basic resources to build a stone axe. And right now I'm just searching these things because they have awesome stuff that will be very useful. But right now I have nothing. I started with nothing. I don't even have any clothes, as you can see. Anyway, so the first thing you're doing is, of course, getting... You want to start by doing those missions that pop up on the right because they really do lead you in the right direction. So right now I still need 5 small stones. The easiest way to get those is to pick them up off the ground. Let's see if I can find any around here, and then I'm going to go look in that house. These are yucca. Yucca are great early food, so it's kind of nice to start in the desert just because of that. So you don't want to stay in the desert. I'll show you why eventually. There's a stone. You can just pick this stuff up off the ground with E. Alright, there's another one. Usually it's just faster to look for these on the ground than it is to try to beat up something, though. I guess I'll just go for it here because I don't want to spend all day. Anyway, though, these things, the cinder blocks, also give you stone. It just takes a while. Anyway, so day one, you start with nothing, and you're just trying to survive, essentially. I'm certainly going to do everything I can to survive. You'll probably see me die multiple times. And when you first start this game, you probably die several times early on because it has a steep learning curve, as you will find. There we go. Alright, I have everything I need to make this basic stuff. That's a sweet starting house. Anyway. Alright, so your inventory is Q. You can craft whatever you want. There's a stone axe. And it takes time down here, and it's done. Alright, so I've got that. The first thing you want to do, of course, when you get your stone axe, is make sure to get enough materials to build another one. Because you don't want to be looking around for rocks or whatever. So that's the first thing I'm going to do right now. And then after that, I'm going to go through this house. Let's see what I can do. See what I can find. Alright. Don't have anything awe-inspiring yet. Glass jars, those are useful for water. Ooh, nice. Cooking pot. Alright, one thing you're going to need early on is short iron pipes. And those are kind of hard to find. One way to... That was a chicken dying. One way to get them, though, is to beat up toilets. So, I suggest you beat up a couple toilets if you need to get some short iron pipes. In general, you do not want to destroy things because every scavenging point that you destroy never respawns, and so you can never come back. And also picking up those light sources is nice. Alright, that's good for leather, which I will also need. And that's about it. So I'm gonna go downstairs now and try to finish up the rest of these quests as many as I can. So now your goal on day one shouldn't be too complicated. You want to keep it simple. First thing you want to do is find a house, a 2-story house that you can spend the night in. Voila. I got really lucky. You always start next to a house in Navezgane, but it's not necessarily a good house. A lot of them are 1-story, and the zombies can sense you through the walls, and that's not so good. Alright, time to make some clothes here. Yeah, not that yet. Gloves, hood. For whatever reason, it makes you... Oh, not that. For whatever reason, it makes you make the hood. Even though I would rather have the hat, and I will use that in a second. Alright, while that's going, I'll keep beating stuff up. Every resource you can collect in this game is useful, with the exception, I guess, of paper. It's not really useful yet, anyway. Rock. But in general, you want to keep everything you find as much as possible. Oh, I'm going to scrap these chairs. And also, of course, you can scrap items to get some materials back, which is nice. Alright, time to put on the clothes. And then I'm going to take off the hood and make a hat because I don't want to overheat. Heat is one of the things that makes this game challenging to survive. You've got to actually wear clothes that make sense. I don't know if I've ever seen another game where you actually have to do that. People run around with almost no clothes on in the middle of a winter environment, and they're perfectly fine. In this game, not so much. Alright, yeah, I already looked at all that stuff. Let's see, wooden club. Most of these items for the basic quest are right here. Yeah, there's the wooden club. And that's good because that's a good first item to beat up the zombies with. Oop. Oh, I guess I did get some feathers. Ooh, aloe. Nice. Yeah, and sometimes you accidentally punch the ground when you're trying to collect things. Alright. Let's see then. Arrow. Yeah, also it's nice you can type in whatever you want if you know that what it is. And you can just find it up here. They really did that well. This game does have problems, and it is still an alpha as of the time I'm making this video, but it does do a pretty good job at the same time. Right now I'm just repairing these. You hold down right click to repair things. Zombies break everything in this game, so you actually have to keep track of that. Alright, frames. Well, let's see here. Where am I on the map? Oh good, there's water right there too. You know what? I'm just gonna chill out here for tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of fix this place up just a little bit. Repair the door. Upgrade it a little bit. One thing that's good to know is that windows and these, I guess, open frames, they do not stop zombies from smelling you. So one thing that's kind of important is to repair these so that they're solid, like this, and then they won't be able to smell you through them. Now I'm going to be kind of in the middle, and not that one. I'm going to be kind of in the middle of the house to make sure that they really don't spot me, because you really don't want them spotting you the first night. You're not very strong. But oops, by filling these in a little bit, you kind of reduce the chance that the zombies are going to sense you, which is very good, especially early, like I said. Oh, eventually I've decided I've completed it. Let's see here. Chest. Gonna need some chests. And I almost have very little wood. That's the problem with starting in the desert, is there's very little wood to go around. I can go ahead and make a bedroll though. Where'd my chest go? There it is. I'm going to put that here, and this is going to be my dump chest. I'm just going to put items in it when I get them. But that way it frees up inventory space and I can do other things. Alright, where? Yeah, that's fine. These things annoy me, so I just beat them up. Alright, so now what I need, one thing I need is wood. And I'm going to need more axes. This axe is about to break. Stone axes don't last very long. Which makes sense. It's just a rock tied to a stick. And you can see it's already noon. I feel like I've been moving at the speed of light, and it's already noon.